Did you know that the average American has less than $400 in their emergency fund? Meanwhile, there's a small group of people who seem to effortlessly build wealth while everyone else struggles paycheck to paycheck. Today, I'm going to reveal the exact system that separates the financially successful from everyone else, and how you can implement it in just 3 months to completely transform your money situation. But here's what nobody tells you about personal finance. It's not about making more money. Some of the wealthiest people I know started with modest incomes, while I've seen six-figure earners living in financial chaos. The difference isn't the size of their paycheck, it's the system they use to manage every dollar that comes in. Let me share something that changed my entire perspective on money. I met a janitor who retired as a millionaire and a lawyer who filed for bankruptcy twice. The janitor understood something the lawyer didn't, and by the end of this video, you'll understand it too. The first pillar that puts you ahead of 95% of people is what I call the visibility system. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They check their bank account, see a number, and hope for the best. But successful people track every single dollar with surgical precision. Here's how to implement this in week 1. Download the expense tracking app or use a simple spreadsheet. For 7 days, record every purchase, no matter how small. Your morning coffee, that impulse buy on Amazon, the subscription you forgot about, everything. This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. Most people discover they're spending $300 to $500 monthly on things they don't even remember buying. That's up to $6,000 per year disappearing into thin air. Once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them, and that's when real change begins. Week 2 brings us to the automation advantage. While most people rely on willpower to save money, smart people remove themselves from the equation entirely. They understand that motivation fades, but systems last forever. Set up automatic transfers the day after you get paid. Start with just $50 if that's all you can manage. The amount matters less than building the habit. Your brain needs to learn that saving isn't optional. It's automatic, like breathing. But here's the psychological trick that changes everything. Don't save what's left after spending. Instead, spend what's left after saving. This simple mindset shift rewires your relationship with money at a fundamental level. Now, let's talk about the debt elimination strategy that most financial advisors get completely wrong. They'll tell you to pay minimums on everything and focus on the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this makes sense. Psychologically, it's a disaster. Instead, use what I call the momentum method. List all your debts from smallest to largest balance. Ignore the interest rates completely. Pay minimums on everything except the smallest debt, then attack that one with everything you've got. When you eliminate that first debt, something magical happens in your brain. You get a rush of accomplishment that motivates you to tackle the next one. This psychological momentum is worth more than the few extra dollars you might save focusing on interest rates first. Here's where most people make their biggest mistake. They think budgeting means restriction and deprivation, but successful people understand that budgeting is actually about freedom. It's permission to spend guilt-free because every dollar has a purpose. Create what I call a conscious spending plan. Allocate money for necessities, savings, and yes, fun. The key is being intentional about every category. When you know exactly how much you can spend on entertainment, you enjoy it more because there's no guilt attached. Month 2 is when we implement the income optimization strategy. Most people think the only way to make more money is to get a new job or work more hours. But there are 3 faster ways to increase your income that require 0 additional time commitment. First, audit your recurring expenses. Call your insurance company, cable provider, and phone company. Tell them you're considering switching providers and ask what discounts they can offer. This 30-minute investment typically saves people $200 to $300 monthly. Second, optimize your tax situation. Most people overpay taxes because they don't understand basic deductions. If you work from home, have a side business, or make charitable donations, you're probably leaving money on the table every single year. Third, maximize your credit score. A difference of 50 points can save you thousands on your next car loan or mortgage. Pay bills on time, keep credit utilization below 30%, and don't close old credit cards. These simple actions compound over years into massive savings. Month 3 focuses on the wealth-building foundation. This is where good financial habits transform into actual wealth creation. You'll establish your emergency fund, start investing, and create multiple income streams. Your emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, but don't let this intimidate you. Start with just $500 as your initial goal. This small buffer prevents you from going into debt when unexpected expenses arise, and they always do. The most important lesson I can share is this: personal finance isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small improvement compounds over time into massive results. The person who saves $50 monthly consistently will build more wealth than someone who saves $500 sporadically. Start today with just one action from this video. Your future self will thank you for taking that first step toward financial freedom.